Exactly, it's right here.
Okay.
That's some good light right there. Gotta give you some light right there.
All right, wait.
Now, make sure the light in front of me. There you go. There you can see me.
What's your name? What's your name?
Hey, yo, it's Aliosi right here coming at you live. Pre-recorded from Washington Square Park, NYC, baby. And what you just witnessed, or what you got a glimpse of, was a little bit of that classic hip-hop cypher that is so indicative of Washington Square, and just the way that when it gets promoted so thoroughly and the hip-hop is so profuse, you know, it gets broken up by powers that be. And so, you know, we got to make sure we fight the power and keep the hip-hop alive. And so that's pretty much what I do with my music. Some of my homies came and we made a cypher, and, you know, they helped your boy out. You know, my name is Aliosi LaPierre, but I really go by Malik the Freak, to give big kudos to Phife Dawg, Chalkbar Quest. And yeah, that's a little piece about me, but we really wrecked it tonight. What's tonight? April 13th? April 13th? Yeah, April 13th, 2023. And we did that. We got discriminated against though for our music though, you know, and that really puts a damper on things. We really got discriminated against. But, you know, when you're doing something good, that's what happens. That's what happens. You know, Jesus was crucified. You wouldn't know Caesar without Brutus. You know what I'm saying? So if you're doing something real good, you better expect a knife on your back. Aliosi. That good? That good? That's just a little piece, you know what I'm saying? Piece.
Yeah.
I ain't want to, if you want the full interview, are you still recording?
Yeah.
Well, if you want the full interview, you got to make sure you tap in with my man. Arnaud. And we'll get a full link, make sure we got a good mic set up. I don't want to give out a good word.
Nah, it'll get you.
It's good?
Yeah, it'll get you here.
Well then, you know, yeah, ask me some questions, interviewer.
What's your favorite color?
My favorite color? Jay-Z blue.
What's that?
Jay-Z blue, my favorite color. Yeah, it's a hue that's like very rich. It's a very rich hue. Yeah, it's like the rich shade of blue. You know, because blue can be kind of sad or whatever, depending on how you use it. It can be washed out depending on how you mix it up, but I like the rich shade of blue. Yeah, that's probably my favorite color. What else you got?
Tell me about your grandmother.
Oh, wow. Which one? I have two of those.
Both of them.
Well, one of my grandmothers is an opera singer, and the other one was a drum major. You know what I'm saying? So I do this music thing really for real. And
what were their names? What are their names?
One of my grandmother's name was Minnie, and the other one name was Nelda. Yeah, and they're the reason why I am who I am. You know, really, because they put a lot of the good essence in me. You know, to make sure that I hold my head high. You know, don't take no shit and respect everybody, essentially. Yeah.
Oh, what were you saying?
Oh no, they just make sure that I also, you know, shine my light, that I share my gifts, that I don't, you know, hide them away. Because one of my grandmothers, you know, when I was hurt as a kid, she sang "Jesus Loves Me" to me. It really gave me a good spirit. You know, they say you train a child up the right way, you know, he'll never go astray. He'll never go wrong. I'm paraphrasing. And then my other grandma, Nelda, she really gave me like a backbone, or how do I say it? She gave me, what am I trying to say? A base. She gave me a good base, right? It made me feel safe in a crazy ass big city like this, like New York. You know what I'm saying? Like Austin or like Atlanta. She gave me like a place where I could be myself, be loud, make my music, you know, and express myself. So to the point where we get here and have interviews with Arnaud. Got some more questions, Arnaud?
Yeah, do you believe in God?
Do I believe in God? Of course, I believe in God. Even if we don't call him God, even if we call him something else, you know, it's all God. We just call him God. It's the great I am, you know what I'm saying, whatever your animator. The things that can't be explained, you know, the intangibles. Yeah, I believe in God. Yeah.
Where do you think we go, like, after this? Like, where do you think we go when we die?
After this, after we die? We go everywhere. We go everywhere. We're everywhere until we're concentrated again, and then there is a possibility of like resurrection and stuff, and like rebirth and stuff like that, depending on, you know, a lot of factors. But I think we go everywhere from here, and that's pretty much heaven. It's like, you know, like if people ask you what your superpower that you want to have, you know what I'm saying, people want to fly or be invisible. I think that's really like, because you want to be everywhere. Everybody want to be everywhere, but we're like in this human form, you know, and so we can only be at one place at one time. Even though like the movie
that's everywhere.
Even though the movie that just won an Oscar.
Everywhere, everything, everywhere, all at once.
You know, so stuff like, yeah. So I think we go everywhere when we die, and that's heaven. just being able to go everywhere.
Where are you from? Where are you from?
Where am I from? I'm from south of the Mason-Dixon line. Oh, from the south, maybe, but I've been in New York for a long time.
What spot in the south?
Huh? What spot? Texas. Yeah. But like I said, I've been in New York a long time just because that's where I got my musical essence from. Like, I was jamming hip hop before I was singing gospel, stuff like that. Yeah. Like
You singing gospel?
I mean, I sang in the choir for a little bit.
In church and stuff?
In church, we did that.
Do you still go to church and now?
We don't go actively. Not right now, no. Yeah.
Could you tell me a story you remember from church?
From church, a story. Like, what do you mean? Like,
Or like something was memorable, like something you remember from going to church.
okay, we'll put it like this. I remember going to church and singing in choir, right? And like expressing my gifts and all that stuff. And I remember wanting to get my solo. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing that's like real memorable. Like a story I remember. You know, we were singing, we were having our little number, and I remember being so comfortable with, you know, with singing and stuff and projecting my voice. When the choir director would tell us how to sing the song, you know, it's like boom. It's like instant, right? And then, you know, one day there's somebody who's been in that church a little bit longer. He was a little bit younger than me, but you know, they pushed him to the front. They pushed him to the front and let him get his solo. And I'm like, okay. In church they say not to covet thy neighbor's goods or whatever. So I'm like, I was doing my best not to be jealous or whatever. But I definitely knew the day was gonna come. I was gonna get my own solo for sure.
You got your solo now.
I got my solo now, you know what I'm saying? Thanks to Arnaud with the interview. We were able to, but we had a cypher tonight, so it's really a group effort. Like hip hop is a collective. So as much as it's like a solo act, just like skateboarding is like a solo sport, it still adds to the whole culture of, you know, what it means to be like a music lover and just at this point American, you know what I mean? Like hip hop like helps make America, you know what I mean, what it is. And so like stuff like that. It's like a solo that we talked about in church, but then everybody likes, so we gotta like cut out the interview. I don't want no copyright infringement. I don't want no copyright, we're gonna cut. Yeah, we gotta keep it all monetizable, you know what I'm saying? We don't wanna have to break up no break. Who's gonna ask for a crazy amount of whatever. So yeah, like the solo, that is a good point. That's a good question. With the solo, like you still are adding to the body, the energy, you know, the whole nature of the goodness of healing. You know, like church is healing, music is healing, it's hip hop, it heals. Give me some more questions, man. You're a good interviewer. Yeah, I'm gonna want to see that. You can get some B-roll.
Where are you going?
Where am I going? Maybe to the top, maybe. But honestly, no. I'm going everywhere. Like I say, we're going everywhere, and so the music is a conduit to go everywhere.
And what is time?
Irrelevant. Time is irrelevant. Time is something to control the right now. Time is saying right now can't happen, right? And time is always now. You know what I mean? And so, but time is a measure to really just calculate when to do something. But really, you just do the right thing all the time. You don't have to worry about time. If you do the right thing, and then do the next right thing, and then do the next right thing, then time is irrelevant. You're just having a series of moments, you know, that's non-linear, but it's always happening. It's always now. So that's what time is. Time is not a thing. Come on, man. You give me these nice metaphysical questions, man. I appreciate it. Give me some more. Give me a hood question, man. You know, as much as I'm high-minded and all that stuff, I really got deep roots in the ghetto. So it's like, what's up? I said, cause you say your granddad's from Alabama, right?
Yeah, great grandfather.
Okay, so ask me. You can
in New Orleans.
ask me something about the South.
What town from Texas are you from?
Okay, that's a good question. I said Texas, but so I spent a lot of time in Austin, a lot of time in Houston, and a lot of time in a couple small towns like New Waverly and all that stuff. And you know, 35, 45, those major interstate highways, like I got ties to both of them. So,
what is home to you?
Home is hip hop, man. Home is music. You know, home is the idea. I mean, obviously, like a nice, comfortable bed and a nice roof with some good food in the house. You know, peace, laughing, and joy and stuff like that. But it's hip hop, man. You You know what I mean? It's straight like that. It's home is music. You know, 'cause it's as much as you know, you can have harmonies and music and rhythms and stuff. Even those inharmonic frequencies still add to the collective of the joy that is music. You know what I'm saying? Even like when the guitar goes, sometimes that shit jam. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes, even when sometimes, you know what I'm saying, you may get into it with one of your family members or whatever at a particular place you call like house, home. You know, that's still part of what makes you you. Because if your mama just treated you nice all the time, you probably won't want to leave. You probably won't want to leave home and spread your wings and go get it and experience the world for yourself and to be able to define what home is for you, the individual. Give me some more questions, man. I'll take. All right, how about that? I'll take 4 more good questions because you on point.
All right, wait.
Oh, let me get some of this.
Do you have any dreams?
Do I have any dreams? No, I don't have dreams. I have things that are being manifested. But I do, I like to dream. I like the idea of dreaming. It's a good thought, but really it's a distraction if you're dreaming. Especially if those dreams don't have like actionable steps. Like if you're dreaming of something that's your subconscious playing tricks on you or something like that because it's something you have such high, what am I saying right now? Dreams, right? Okay. Dreams are kind of like time, right? It controls what you are achieving, what you're striving for. But if you're living every moment like it's right now, like you just want to be, like you want to get the best out of every moment, well then you know the future's gonna be great. You know the past is really irrelevant. It don't matter, only to the extent that you know how to be better. You know what I'm saying? So like dreams, if I did say I had a dream, I mean shit, just to be like, if I woke up, I ain't gonna cap. If I woke up like Warren Buffett and Jay-Z combined, that's my dream. You know what I mean? Like to have the music meet the money, and it's like, it's good like that. While keeping, you know what I'm saying, that same, because you don't really lose yourself when you get money. That's part of the dream, right? Because people feel about that type of stuff. It makes you more of who you are. And so my dream is really to be more of my natural essence that God gave to me. That part. So that's my dream.
Do you have any dreams when you sleep? Like
so you want to get like that? Not really, no. Like I only have nightmares.
What happens?
I only have nightmares. It's just some things like that I probably relive from my past. Or actually, okay, some of the dreams that I may have are like problem solving. I problem solve in my dreams, right? It's like that's the space where it's like, okay, something from what happened before. Yeah, maybe when I was younger and I didn't have like the vocabulary to be able to, you know, express certain things. You know, now that God has blessed me to mature and to be growner than a little kid, you know, it's able to, in my dreams at least, I'm able to problem solve. You know, like beyond, if there's somebody who doesn't want to speak in real life, in my dreams, they have to come to the table. We gotta have a chat. We gotta talk it out in my dreams. Even if somebody wants to be mad at you in real life, something that they did, right? I had a dream where I was able to, you know, reconcile that with, you know, some self-therapy, like talk it out like that, even without having to have somebody's biased viewpoint, you know, from what you know is gonna come, unless everybody is sitting down in a nice neutral setting. So like a dream is like a nice neutral setting for problem solving. Woohoo! Boy, you cold with the question. All right, 2 more, right?
All right, yeah.
Okay.
Where do you think dreams come from?
Where I think dreams come from? Your subconscious and God, right? So it's something that has been like pushed back in your life. Like for me, I say it's a nightmare. It's only a nightmare until the dream is problem solved, right? Then it becomes a dream. Then it becomes when people, you know, tie the emotion of joyfulness to dreams, right? That's when it becomes. So I think they come from your subconscious, you know. The part of your brain that you don't want to access, that you compartmentalize away, you know, whether it be your childhood or things that you wanted in life. I think that's where they come from. And God, of course, like I said. Yeah.
What's something new you've learned?
All right, so last question.
Yeah, last question.
Something new that I've learned? Well, that's a relative statement, right? Something new that I've learned. Well, okay, I'll say tonight. Something new that I've learned is that hip-hop is still being discriminated against And that discrimination stems from a systematic oppression, a systematic racist oppression of the people who produce, music like hip hop and jazz, and who essentially, other people gravitate towards. So I learned tonight, that, hip hop is still being discriminated against, racially. So I think it's the motive as well. Because there are a lot of other things that were going on, without dry snitching. So I'm gonna leave it at that. All right.
All right, peace. Thank you.
On YouTube, I need to.
I will. I'll send it to you.